Hello everyone, welcome back to kind of the final session for our ACT free training. There are a lot of things that we've covered and a few more that we need to cover. What we will do today, team, is primarily one is a group activity. All right, and this is more like almost like an group assignment. And I'll guide you how we can do this, team. Basically, what we're going to do is upload your test run Excel files into team folder, and I'm going to share this team folder with you. So this is going to be the primary objective. All right, and what we need to do, team, is primarily yesterday what we did is we took one of our the user accounts from one of the members and we created a few tests. Right now, when we did this, Swati, I'll call you offline. Okay, let me focus on the session, please, not during the session. All right, team, let's focus on the session. Anything to do with any concerns, I am here. Get it addressed towards the end of it. Okay, or leave your phone number for me to call. All right, let's go through this now. We went to AnyAUT.com, team. Orange. We logged into the account that was given to me by one of the students. We primarily went about creating a few simple tests. We went to our test plan. We created application modules, test cases, and all the test steps under each step in each test case. Then we went about a few element maps were created by the user. There was test data also kind of added. We did not do anything called UD case team. We'll come to UD case a little slowly now. All of this is your entire test that we have. When we want to do specific execution, at that time, we go to the test run setup team. Test run setup will help us choose what we want to execute. Once we getting to choose that, which module, which test cases, along with what kind of sets of test data do we want to execute, that combinations, once we are able to give, we can then execute this test accordingly, team. So how do we apply all of this can be in a multitude way. What is very important is when we maintain all of this in the application, whatever you have, your test overall artifacts, your what you want to execute, all that information will show up in your test run that, oh, you know what, you've planned to run this. So there is a specific instructions that are there in the test run sheet. So the 4 modules that we have, team, primarily is to prepare your test. What is it that you want to run? Prepare, set up your test, prepare your run, then execute or run it, and then view the results. That is how we have divided it. Now, I'll come to a few questions in a few minutes, team, once you're working on this activity. When we go to the test run, whatever you have saved in the test run setup after you filled and set save, it would give you an option to download that specific Excel file. So for example, there is this Excel file that I have here, KKTest2. So if I download that, it will have instructions of what to do all in here. So this is your main sheet, team, that we will use to execute anything. All right. So this application is, I don't know which application is it on. AnyAUT.com. It says test cases, test data are there, test steps are there. There's no UDK, there's a built-in keywords, which is standard, nothing in element ID, just test data. Now, what this do, team, is it will help us to execute any test using these as long as we have the engine. So in your test run, when you follow these instructions, you're able to download and install it on your local machines, something like this. I've got some technical questions from some of the members that you're having a tough time with some of these. One member said installation issue, one member in terms of some execution. We'll look into that. Okay. Um, when we launch this application, we give that Excel file as an input, and it should execute as to whatever it is wanting to do. And this launch executes the entire workflow of, okay, here goes the complete execution of it. Now, what is very critical, team, for us is to understand how to write the test, choose what to run, and then be able to download that Excel. Then the execution is done offline. Now, the assignment primarily, team, that I'm giving to you is go to AnyAUT.com, create a test run with few test cases, export the test run, install AnyAUT Orange on your local machine. And all these instructions are pretty simple, team. It should not be complicated at all. So here are the instructions for installing. Okay, so that's that. Export the test run, go to AnyAUT.com, create account and login and install. Okay, so this is the one that I got from there. Let me see if I can at least put it into a box. All right. Now, once we've done this, team, install AnyAUT, execute the test on your local machine and upload on the test run Excel, not the results yet, team, into the Google folder. We'll keep it very simple. This is the one. These are the activities. I'm going to quickly put it into the chat as well for all of you. And you should all be able to get onto this folder by now. So what I did is the same thing. There are a few simple things. I will rename this and I'll just put my initials in the beginning. So I know that these are my sheets. Okay. And then I have this other one. Are you all able to click on this link and join in, team, into that folder? I have two people to call after the session. Anyone else has numbers? I'll just write it down so that. Team, are you all able to get onto this team folder? Yes, are you? Because I can't see anyone. That's why I'm thinking why I'm not able to see anyone like logged in here. And like I moved the files, team, one more instruction. Please note this on the screen. Give me a second and I'll show you I want you to upload. Swati, can you check your number again? I don't think it's correct. Give me a minute, team. Give me one quick second. So team, now I want to very specifically talk about how you upload these documents into the Google Drive. And I want you to ensure that you do. When uploading the Excel, okay, convert into Google Sheet format. It's either while or after. Put your name or initials at the beginning of the test run dot xls. So these are the instructions, team. Make sure that you're all putting it there. What I want to do is see how your codes are running as well. Now, in the meanwhile, I just want to make sure that any questions that we have that I can quickly address. There were a lot of questions in the chat. Let me quickly look at them and come back. So team, while you're working on this Excels and putting them there, I'm assuming it'll take maybe a few minutes. I'll show you what we want to do, how we can now just work with Excel sheets and improve on them from this version as well. So there's one question that's come up. I'm going to quickly copy these questions into a notepad and answer them. Or I'll just put it here. Okay, towards the end of this document. Question. Hi Karthik, I've been trying to upload the JR in AnyAUT. I'm unable to do so. Can you please help me out later after the session? I cannot do it later after the session, but couple of things I hear. There is nothing to upload JRE. It is downloading JRE and nothing to upload AnyAUT. I'm assuming it is download. And this is where I want you to be specific. Please re-put your question with what exactly is your problem. Then I can take a look. I want the team to really improve on communication. If you put such a message, it's very vague still, team. Swati, I got your thing. It is about IT learn that I'll put it here, team. And I'll tell you what is happening. Primarily that no one is responding through emails or phone numbers. And I hear you. There's been a lot of change within our team. And what we have done right now is we're structuring it into a very organizable manner, team. Just few programs that we have. I just want to be able to say what are the trainings that we will focus and do. And what are the prereqs? When is the next live batch? All the questions should be here. And on the website also, I want to make a few changes that will make things easy. Now, from this perspective, team, two alternatives. One, bring it up in daily sessions. The team, there's a new team which is working on it, and I'm asking them to, refer back to me. Phone numbers are getting exchanged. This is a challenge, team. There's a transition for about 3-4 days. That's why I've not sent even the sales email about how to pay and join the next steps. We can get on to one-to-one phone calls, okay, later. So I will help you with that, team. Don't worry. Next, I see the link for all the videos, but when I click, only see one video. Why would that happen? See, I'm just trying to go through the questions, make sure you all understand that each of you are coming from different segments. If this question is not really helpful, team, please focus on your assignment. I'm assuming that I'll have some files uploaded here. I'm not seeing anything being uploaded. So question back to you again, team. Anyone uploading anything in here? Anyone uploading anything in here? I see the link for all the videos, but when I click, only see one video. How can I get to see all the previous videos? I don't know if it is for this course. It's the current one, so I'm going here. And here I see this is the link to all the videos. And when you go here, you see a playlist of all the videos that we have kind of gone through till day 7. Today is day 8. They're all here, nicely organized, one after the other. Orientation, day 1, day 2, assignment sessions, HTML tutorials. What was this? I don't remember. Q&A session. Then day 3, day 4, part 2, all about automation frameworks, day 5, day 6, day 7. All right, team. So you see all that information should be there. I hope that answers. What is the due date for the assignment? No, we'll do it right now. I'm saying team. Let's do it right now. I want to show you what we can do. And from the audience in this team, can I get to know who all plan to join after an hour in the Selenium Live project? Depending on what, I have some good ones that I can discuss with you. Just give me a yeah, I or me thing, please. I got 4, 5 names so far. Okay, now going back to here, questions. Some of questions are there. Let me ensure that all questions are addressed first. Will you be going over the test written in AnyAUT in last class that didn't run? I faced the same issue. Sure, we will have to do this thing. Now, will we do it in AnyAUT? Should we take it to Selenium as a continuation and do it? Either way. This is the question. Yes, let's do that. What is the issue? It's not clicking on the sign-in link. Why is it not clicking? Maybe we provide a different input to it. We change the XPath. So these thoughts have to go on team. Some of this, now focus on ones which are working correctly, smoothly. At least you have 3, 4. First, let's create a few tests that work fine using AnyAUT. We will come back to fix this. Okay. And even if you're continuing with the Selenium sessions team, I will fix it and show it to you. Sometimes what happens, just letting you know, is it could be a very simple fix, but it could be taking a long time for us to do the same. That is the problem, team. All right. Sorry. And how do we ensure that? So that's debugging. And that's why I don't want to do it in live in class, but we'll fix it now. Let's see. More questions, few more questions, important ones. Thanks, Karthik, for resolving. Okay, video access issue. Apurva has been resolved. Okay, for you, yesterday, Apurva had an issue with access, membership login, and all that. So please, team, any issues like that, reach out to me. I'm here. I'll get things quickly resolved for you. Is today the second day for Selenium session? No, team, it is not. We have not started Selenium yet. Okay. But then we are getting there. So what I did, team, for Selenium, just letting you all know again, live training 16th and 19th November, 8:30 a.m. and 6:30 p.m. Pacific. I would like to do the sessions. So those are that's tomorrow, 16th. Tomorrow morning, we'll do one session. And then 19th, I'll repeat the same session. Okay, morning, evening, morning, evening. That will be the beginning of Selenium. I will do a little bit of orientation on Selenium, what and so on. There was a very interesting webinar team that came up. Okay, now there is Selenium new IDE that I don't know how many of you know this gentleman called Simon Stewart. Oh no, I've put my phone on total mute. He's the Stewart, I think, right? He's the creator of Selenium WebDriver team. I was one of the 2 years back in 2016 in Texas, Austin. We had a Selenium conference. It's a users conference, and I happened to bump into him and meet him. I was one of the presenters, not presenters, sponsors into that event at that time. And so there was a very interesting webinar team yesterday from Apply Tools. Okay. He primarily speaking exactly the same things. Now, they're planning to get few things into IDE team, and we'll focus about this. How do you say loops and conditions, which was not there. Like what to do if this happens, what to do if this does not happen. And test data driven. They want the test data to be there for them externally so they can do it. They also want to do a page object model, but they're saying more with version 4. So it was a very interesting webinar that I could put some of my ears into it. From our perspective, team, we're getting started from tomorrow. Let's kind of get through this. What are the basics? Then we'll continue with a few more things. I am scheduling certifications, ACT and AACD certification test team. 29th November, okay, will be your test. for both. So if you're applying for each of them, you can try and register for that. We will communicate based on this. This will be the important one for you, team, where you are able to go in and test yourself as to what all we have done. So you'll have about 2 weeks to practice really well on AnyAUT. So ACT certification test is scheduled for 29th. ACT and ACD tests are scheduled for 29th November. All right. So this will be an online test, team. You'll have to log in. So prepare on AnyAUT. Actually, fundamentals of QA, whatever we were basically talking about, and automation frameworks and AnyAUT team. This is the basic one. When I say automation frameworks, overview is fine. You know what are they. Go back and watch that video, 4 hours of automation framework, not all about automation framework video. That is a good one for you, team. Okay. These are important, team. So please ensure that you focused on doing these two. Now, what I am saying is these are all for each of you joining. Even if you're not a JPAC member or ITLN member, does not matter. You can repeat 3 times every month. We will run one test, one online live test. So if we are able to do it within that, we can do. We will, for JPAC members, we can have more regularly, because you're constantly working on it. You're hard working into the training program also, team. All right. So any progress onto the team? Wow, nice. I'm seeing some inputs coming in. That is good. Thank you, team. You're putting it there. Let's go back to a few more questions and we'll come back to you. How can I get access to my team folder? No, there's no access to my team folder right now. Team, like I said, right? This team folder, only first time I'm giving access now. So Ismat, good. And you're the one who's putting in that also. I cannot see screenshot folder in test run setup folder downloaded in my system. Yes, Jyotsna, what happens is only when we execute and that has an issue, it will generate this folder and it will capture the screenshots in it. If it does not have any issue, it will not, and it will just kind of put it right there. So only when results come up, the screenshots folder will show up. I enrolled for JPAC today. How do I update with the links that I can attend for other sessions like ISTQB or mobile testing? How can I get the access as a JPAC member? Sure. So team, for anyone new joining, just let me walk you through how things work. This is an important question, so I'll kind of put it here. And team, while I'm doing the Q&A, for those of you working on the assignments, just to let you know again, you have this folder that I've shared with you. You'll need to upload the Excel files that you've created or downloaded from AnyAUT into this folder. We will take a look at them and I would want to see how we can execute them. Okay, I just got 2 or 3 themes so far. I'm expecting a few more, please. Earlier, we put some on the Selenium IDE, I think, project. Or you showed just from your machine, yeah. Okay, let's go back. Where were we? I'm deviating. There was a question. So team, for any new member, give it 2 days, team. 2 days to settle on where is what. Okay. I know most importantly, links to different courses. What you're doing primarily, team, is Pawan, can you give me credentials for any of the ones with where I can log in and show all the programs that we have?
For ITLN, Karthik?
For itlearn.com, yes. I think I may be having the old one.
1 second, Karthik.
Anyone? So, yeah, sure. Thank you, Paul. So once you're going in there, you can start either with the welcome screen or your online courses team. Now, there are many courses that are happening live. There are some courses that are happening that are as videos. So for those of you who are looking at self-learning, all of these will be there. Okay. Now, let us say you go to ISTQB. You will find that there are a bunch of courses within ISTQB. This is the overview and what the course is all about. But from the batches that we have, all are here. So the recent April 2018 batch is out here, team. So you could go click in here and start to watch the videos. There are 2 videos which are free as part of it. For the other members, we'll be able to log in and see. I think Pavan sent me something. Just let me check. Not yet. Okay. Just username and password, Pavan. So I'll tell you what you can see as a user and what you cannot. Okay. There is also a tech help team that I'm not sure is very active or not, but interact a lot after live sessions. Okay. And JPAC members, please reach out on one-on-one phone calls as to what is happening. While the methodology will be very simple, team. It's about a 2 to 3 months program where we are doing a lot of activities. Your professionalism overall on task executions will become splendid. Will become very, very good task masters. Links to different courses are all on the website. Now, for live sessions and webinar, please download the app, team. It's a very simple. Please download itlearn app. It hardly has any features. The most important one is live updates. So on itlearn.com, you have the link to get it on Google Play and App Store. It's there for both the versions. Whatever we have as live updates that I hear as to what sessions is happening when will be placed in here, team. Okay, so you will have links to joining them, registering them, and so on. So, for example, Catalan Studio training is out here. So, since this is an ongoing batch, you could register on it and log in. If you're a JPAC member, please note that some of our systems are not fully integrated. So what that does is primarily that go to webinar and website. So website need different registrations. Because you're a JPAC member or itlearn member, you will not be able to just go and you can be able to register, but the registration has to be approved and that has to be done offline, team. So how we go about signing into the live sessions and to the videos are all out here, team. Okay, so you can look at the live updates. Once you're the members, you have all these options that we're talking about. So you basically are looking at logging in and then go from there. Okay, all right, let's look at what we've done. I've got a few sheets there. There are a few more questions. I promised to take them, so let me take those first and come back to this. Who else? There are a few more questions, team. Where can I watch the live training videos for repeat? So this I've kind of shown you where you can watch them. What is the reliable contact for any concerns? So team, there are the reliable contact right now for JPAC members. I'm going to give you my number, okay, my personal cell number, so you can be in touch with me. For everyone else, let's go through the norm. Let's go through Pavan and team. We're improving on response time. We had a lag of almost a couple of weeks. Ashna and a few people are unavailable right now. That's why we are kind of backlogged. Okay. What's next? What's next? If possible, when okay. Let me see. Should we upload the Excel now? I'm also facing the issue on support from AnyAUT. Sure, Anthony. Let me know what are the issues that you have. Bring it up to me straight away. What are the issues, team, that we have? I want one platform where, hundreds of emails that we get, thousands of emails, team. It is ridiculous. We just want to, by the time we come, maybe we finished with the day. And let's go point blank. Let's get our problem solved for sure. Okay. So there's one of the members who's unable to do here. So while you're working on this, let's see this. Sure, Selenium training. Sure, Saroja. Can you repeat what you just said about Selenium live project session? I didn't get it. When did I say that, Apurva? Long back. What did I say? Yeah, I said in an hour's time, Selenium live project is starting, less than an hour, 45 minutes from now. Who all are planning to join? I just got 5, 6, 7 of you. It's a freedom. It's a free session, team. I want to talk about what the application is, what I want you to do. I uploaded my Google Sheet. Hope you can see it. Yes, I'm looking at that. Can you take the test any other day as I'll be out on 29th? In fact, 29th is also time around Thanksgiving, right? So yes, we will move this date, team, to a date plus or minus. Okay, 29th. How can I register for ACT certification? Very simple, team. Once you're all part of this, right? We'll email you. We're gonna see also the progress on what you're doing, activities, and then invite you to the certification test. Swati, that's fine. I've used your credentials yesterday. We will look at what others have done. The team wants a Google Drive link once again, Google Sheet link. I'm gonna give that and take a look. All right, team. So in our team folder right now, we have a few members who've submitted. Let's take a look at what it is and can we actually do something about them? So this is Jyotsna. So what I'll do, if it's okay for me to rename for you, is what's the full name? JK, can I say? And one more favor, team, again, so just put a hyphen so I know that there is a variation there. Rename. And the reason I'm being very specific about certain things is it is important, team. I have not seen any good software test engineers who are not specific. Every awesome QA engineers are very, very specific, disciplined on it. So Ismat, you've got this demo one. I can delete this Excel sheet. That is well done that you've got it here. JK, you've still got an Excel sheet. You did not convert it. Can you please convert it into a Google Sheet format? Same thing for you, Saroja. You have to convert it into Google Sheet. So double click on it, open it at your end, and you can add it, I believe. If not, I will do it here. How do I do it? So I'll say open with Google Sheets. You kind of put it in the same folder. Right, JK, this is there. So I can delete the old one. Same thing with this one. Now I can delete this. Sorry, it still says edited by me owner, but no, it's actually shouldn't be. Anyways, all right, let's look at Saroja, let's look at your sheet now. So team, the template is all going to be the same for everyone. It is the same template that we're doing. Your content is going to be different. You can change your application, all of this, even in your Excel sheet. because end of it, your Excel is the main thing, team, that will work. So we have two modules, one for Glassdoor, one for QA on air. The three test cases, but only one is selected right now for execution, which is login to QA on air. And then there is incorrect login. Then there are test steps. Nice, a few steps nicely organized. For first test case of QA login, it goes through all of these. Is this link text thing working for you? Sign up. Maybe click button is not the one. Whose was this? Saroja, right? Okay. And then we have UD case. Nothing here. This is fine. Element ID 1 element, and the name is called login. The login page element ID. So this is not filled. No, name is login. That's correct. So this could be there as test steps. See, somewhere we must have used. No, not used, but we could have used. Type text. Okay, password. Nice. Test data. So is here. We have login, username, last name, password. Very nice. So now, so this is a one good test case, right? What I could do, team, let us say that I'll make a copy of this. And I'll say master test run. Now I know all of you have been contributing. How can we do something into it together as one file? Okay. So this is one set of data that I have. I'm going to take this, and I don't even know if it is correct data or not. And anyone have an issue with it, please change it after that. So this is here. I have one set of data. Let's look at what are there are a few test steps, right? Something which is not used, I'll remove that. This was not used anywhere, so I'll delete this in master. Don't get confused with the sheets, team. I'll explain it to you. What I'm trying to do is take all your tests. If there are different tests that each of you have written, can we combine it into one so that it is easy for us to execute from there? So this is what Saroja's sheet was in here. I have test cases. So Saroja, there's nothing in Glassdoor, so I will delete this. It is just QA on air. Modules also only one. Anyone have done for any other applications or modules, team? Test cases in the test steps. User defined keywords not there. Element ID. I don't need this because it's not used anywhere right now. Test data. So this got one from Saroja. Now let's see what anyone else has done. Have I done anything better? I don't think so. I'll go here. I'm just collating all that information. Expedia. Wow. This is a lot of them. This is nice. UD case. Element IDs. Okay, few. I see a few element IDs and these are nicely named, team. Login page. Element is login select, username, password, login submit button. Very, very nicely named and returned. This is something that I would like to reuse at our end. So in element ID, I will paste this. Okay. Now I'll tell you, will it work or not? Unless we use it, it will not get used. So only for steps where it will get used. Where are the tests? Let's start from application modules. We have a lot of modules in here. So is it Ismat? What was the, one second, sorry, I'm just trying to log in also into IT. Oopsie. I'll remember me. I'm gonna update this password too. Come on. Maybe I did a copy paste mistake. No. So is SS, I'm done. So I'm going to close this. Smart. Okay, let's see test cases. There are three test cases here. There's Expedia flight and there's logout here. But we're just doing for, I think just log. So here is another test case team. So I can take this and put it into our master as another one. I'm just trying to combine team, all of them. Now, are these different test cases? One is, let's look at them now together. So I have QA login TC001 and there is M underscore log 001. So this has to go into modules or it will be the same module. I'll call this as M underscore users, user management. So team, I want you to really emphasize all this training, right? The small details, don't forget, please. Especially when I'm saying the intent is that how we name them and so on. So now I'll say these are all under one module only, and M underscore users underscore. I'll just say M1 otherwise. M1 underscore users. Simple name. For both these test cases, then I'll say it comes under that module called M1 underscore users. So there's login TC001, there is incorrect login. So there are two different test team here. So let's look at both of them. Module ID is also different. Same. You all have access here, right, to this now? We can now write a lot of things like this accordingly. M1 users, QA login TC001. This is nice. Test case log correct login is also not bad team. See, both are nice. But let's have same standard. How about saying TC001 underscore login correct? We know it is all QA on air only. We know that it is, and all this will be that. The same I have to copy into the test cases. That this is my first test case. Login into QA on air. Okay, test steps. Where are we? Now the next one, I will change it as, TC002 login incorrect. That's the name that I'm giving. Okay, let us assume that it doesn't have the right data. I will also, so I know this is this, this is this. Now, everyone focus on understanding this sheet. If you understand how this sheet works, you will get all of the framework in place and how it works. And then it is for you to improve. You take robot framework, you take Catalan, HPUFT, Selenium WebDriver, any of the applications, you will see nothing but a variation of the same things. The three most important things, team, that I've been mentioning, and this is very important now, this is where we will master automation testing also, is the keywords as to what we need to do, the element identification as to where we need to perform that, and the test data is like that info that we keep, exactly like we did in Selenium. All right. So your columns are very important, team. Whatever you're putting has to be in sync with what is expected. And each of these are important input columns for you. All right. I'm coloring them differently. Once I'm done with, I'll get few more test cases. Now let's understand what these are. The execution of this framework is very simple, team. It goes to the modules, the framework. So this automation, orange AnyAUT Orange that we've downloaded and installed, what it does, it's got a bunch of Java programs and Selenium WebDriver commands. What it does, team, is first it comes and reads to see what modules are selected for execution. So I can have multiple modules. At one time, I may want to execute a few, not execute a few. So the same thing that we were doing on the web UI for AnyAUT, we're now talking about how we do it here. Okay. Then it goes to test cases. So this program, this framework or the smart core engine goes through this and says, which test cases should I execute? Now I have two test cases. These are my two test cases that I've named, one standard format. Okay. And what are the names? Login into QA on it, incorrect login. So yes, and let's say yes to this. Once it knows what that is, and there is a test data set it takes. Test data set is important, team. So let's see how we give that. I'll come to this test data set. Okay. Then it goes to the test steps. Let us say we are an M1 users here, team. Login correct. The script will go smartly to the test steps. Look for, is this M1 users and TC001 underscore login correct? Yes. Then go and get what is it we have to do. This is an open browser. So for each of these built-in keywords that is there in the system called BI case, it will go and execute that simple one single step. Open the browser, navigate browser, click button, then we're saying enter username, enter. This is sign up, looks like, right? Enter password, repeat password, click sign up. So this is not login correct, team. This is user sign up. Okay. User sign up. New user sign up. Isn't that correct, everyone? Are you all with me, team? We're going through what we're doing, right? Glassdoor is also fine. What I'm saying is anything is fine as long as we understand the structure and what we need to change. Now, this one is just master test run one that we're doing specifically on QA on air. Okay. We will copy the same template and we can do it for the others also. Now, each of this is fine, team. These are commands. These are built into our Selenium framework called AnyAUT. Now, how about element types? Just like in our AnyAUT front end, where we said that for test steps, we will have reusable or one time. And even same for test data. The logic is very simple, team. Sometimes I want things to be centrally stored in these sheets, or sometimes I may want to put it directly here. Now, what browser to open? I'm just saying one time Chrome. Be a little careful of lower upper cases, please. It may not always work. And then we're clicking on the link text called sign up. One time use, again, whatever element. This is enough. I don't think for click button or click button. No, click button, you don't need that. Then we go into freelancers. Even for this, we don't need. Reusable test data. So now when it comes to reusable test data, observe what happens, team. It goes and looks for this field called username here. Okay. This is a set of it, a unique identification. So these two become constant for us. All right. These two won't change. Now there is username, but username is so standard. I will just say pound username just to say that this is my test data, pound last name, pound password. Okay. Now, using this set of data, I'm able to execute these steps. So same change I will do here. Whatever is the name that we see will be picked up directly from their team. So if it is here as one-time use, it will take it, or it will go and fetch from this sheet. Am I being clear, everyone? Now, this is one set of data, and it's called, is this correct information? Sign up. This is sign up. I'll just say correct, incorrect. Now to this set, I would also add some more. Let me add a few other. How about hash URL, hash browser where we want to run. And URL we know is whatever we're getting. So we can do this more and more, getting it parameterized. Why? There is a very, very distinctive advantage to browser is, let us say we're still doing it on Chrome. And these are the ones. Browser. What else is there that I can email, maybe, wherever we will require as of now, blah, 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 .com. Okay. Now the same thing I can say correct, incorrect data. There are two sets of data, right info, wrong info. And here I'll give everything as incorrect, something else. Actually, this is just sign up, right? Shouldn't matter. Now, the same thing can be used for login also. Let's see if we have that, but I don't know if this is correct or not. How much time do we have, team? 25 minutes. Then will we do another session on AnyAUT so that we can continue to finish these. All right, let's go back. So see how I named it. As soon as I see it, right? Oh, I know it's coming from there. Now, the same way is our element type team. Okay, one-time use, link text, sign up. One-time use, CSS select. Here is the variation. This is where you have to be very, very good at element identification. So we cannot be good automation engineers without element identification team. You can be a great manual tester if you can document things well, give good right namings and so on, and organize everything correctly. But if you can't identify elements, you can never interact with the application. The only thing that is letting us interact with the elements in the application are these columns in blue. All right. Now our element IDs, the way we will see it, are either one-time use where we put it, or it is reusable where it will go and search for that information. And this was good. See, all it does is looks for this name. And just again, to know that it is a reusable element ID, I will put an @ symbol at the beginning. Is it mandatory, team? No, these are just more like conventions or some easy standards for us to kind of follow. I'll take this and put them back. Hopefully they're in the same way. So these are the reusable elements. Now, this Excel is primarily trying to get connected with all of this information, team. Here is one set of data. The name is called correct data, I'll say. Okay. Here's other incorrect data. So, or I can even call this one. Okay, how about this? TD01 02 incorrect data. Now, to my test cases team. So I have my test steps. I have not looked at the second test case yet. I'm here now. So here it's also getting from reusable test data. See, it's saying browser. Do we have something called browser here? No, but I have hash browser. Okay. Then I have hash URL. So let's use that. Username is there luckily. And there is password also there. Now, I should be able to run both these tests using this. The only thing that we have not done yet, team, which we can do only after doing a few good executions, is UDK, user defined keywords. The concept of UDK is very simple, team. I'll explain. Is that each time I have to log in, correct, to perform certain operations, isn't it, team? So I will say that each time I have to open, navigate, maximize, select login mode, enter username, enter password, click submit button. So I am having to go through this way, team, right? All the steps can be taken like this, for example, and I can copy it into this UDK sheet. And it's the same format, team. It's got almost the same format. No, built. Hello. This won't be there because they're all this. So I can delete this column. Oh, delete rows. Oops, delete. Sorry. Okay. So now this, come on, is UDK description, ID description, step, open Chrome. I'll show you how this works. Very, very beautiful this will be. All right. We've not gone through all this, correct, team, earlier? Now, what I'm saying is the user defined keyword for this is, I'll just say UDK underscore user login. That is the name. I can use this for any of this user's login. It'll just go and pick up from the test data. And the description is steps for a user to log in to the application and a test. Okay, is a description for the entire UDK team. Instead of creating another sheet saying what are the UDKs and so on, I'm just said this is what it is. Now, the beauty of this UDK is that all I have to do is to write a new test case. Okay. Now this, okay, this data set is not correct. A third test case. I'll just say verify login. Let us say verify user is able to log in. I need some dummy data for this team now. And you can provide, see how we together can build this now. Entire application can be tested by writing this way. How do I write a new test case now, team? Very simple. Okay. I've written M1 uses TC verify login, right? So I'm going to copy this, go to test steps. Now, a lot of copy paste I'm doing, team. What we've done in AnyAUT was the front end. If you're doing it in the back end, how do we do it in a simple Excel? So that way you don't have need to have multiple user accounts and so on also, because end of it. Now let us say these are my steps. For this verify login, the first step that I will say is login. Okay, open browser is there now. Open Chrome and login. And here I'll say it is a UDK. Unfortunately, these templates don't come with drop downs and so on, team. So you have to go carefully to UDK, see what is the name we gave, bring that back and put it here. And as of now, I don't need anything else into it. This doesn't even matter output as of now. Now, all my 7 steps are combined into one. Now, what I'll do, second one is to simple verify text. And that's a built-in keyword. And I'll say verify text. If I'm not sure what the name is, go to built-in keywords, search for it. Verify text. There you go. Okay, verifies the text within the given data. 1 second, team. How much time do I have now? Oh, okay, another 10 minutes. Good. Where are we? Verify text. And why is this all green in color? Did someone hold on? Why is it green? I made it green. I don't know. Is someone changing the colors? I don't know. So team, please be careful. Don't change anything right now on the sheet. That's a challenge. Okay, cool. Verify text, and all I need to do is now find out what is the text that will come up. You help me fill this information, team, in here. And then I'll say third is close browser, built-in keyword, close browser. And for every open browser, if you can, team, unless it is meant to be open, I'm sorry, I would suggest you to put a close browser. So this will become step 12 now. Close browser, close browser. Sorry, team. And the same I can do here. Insert. Login correct. At the end of it, click submit button. When we're done with all steps, we can close that browser. Okay. And close browser. These don't require, this requires steps, team. You have to help me fill. What is the text that we will get when we sign in correctly? Now comes the test. There are only 3 steps in this. See now how simple my test can look. 3-4 steps, 3-4 steps. Why? Because we're able to do this. Now this test case itself, I can just write with 1 step. Now the same thing, all of this, for example, till click sign up is there, right? I could make that into a UDK. Whenever I want, I'll call it. Slowly my test cases will look like having steps like log into the application, post a new requirement, verify requirement posted, log out. Things like that. But they may have about 50-60 steps internally into it. All right. Now, it does help sometimes to color them differently, but just keep your eyes very correctly, team. We have these 3, and now we have these sets of data. This test will not run fully, team. Verify text, because I still need to know. Actually, I will not close the browser yet here. I'll keep it open at the last. Now what it does, team, I can have different sets of test data. That is the beauty of it. How does it matter? The same test case, I can execute it against multiple sets of data. All I have to do is give a comma separated into it. So let us say the first one I want to execute it on second set of data. Second test case I want to execute it on first set of data. And this I want to execute on both of them, let us say. This kind of a combinations that you can do where you're able to set your data correctly upfront, and you're able to then pull that information into your test steps for execution, team, becomes very, very important. And we are giving a set of data now, not one at a time. So you can go about creating multiple sets of data like this, unlimited. So you have 3, 4, and so on. You just want to know which ones you want to execute. The way we're choosing is simple comma separated values in there. Now, how many tests will run, team? Can you all tell me, please? Depending on what you see, how many browsers will get open and how many tests will run? What would be the right answer? I have 3 modules, 3 test cases, 2 sets of data. How many? I'm gonna move the go to webinar by 10 minutes, 15 minutes, team, because most of you here for the Selenium Live project. 4, is it 4 runs? Guys, be very correct about it. I mean, it'll be interesting. Let's see. 1 here, 2 here, 3, 4. Exactly. So there'll be 4 runs, team, that we'll be doing. Live project is set for today at 15th, 10 a.m. I'm going to quickly edit this, team, to 10:30. I'm going to make it, please, to 11:30. I hope you're all registered on this. Not many of you registered. If you're not registered on this webinar, I'll just put that link. So please register. You can join. And team, this is the hardly any demo sessions kind of a thing. So it's more of a ongoing. One more session of what we're going to do, and then we'll split into teams and get going. Team, I have a lot of work now. Here is what I'm saying. Okay. There are certain projects that we're working on that has thousands and thousands of test data elements and dozens of UDKs. Very, very complicated. But if you're able to master executing that, that is a phenomenal thing you can achieve, team. So if you are, when is the next, is this the last session that was put? Come on, where are the other sessions, Pavan? It will expire after this if I don't have one more session. So let's do every Tuesday and Thursday, is it? Tuesdays and Thursdays. No, I'll do Monday because I have JPacked and Friday. Monday and Thursday. Next week I've set it up. Monday, Thursday. Saved. Okay. All right, team. So let's get back to our sheet here. Oops, where were we? Now, all I need to do is to be able to download this and execute it, team. Let's make sure everything is correct and this is well maintained. I'll download as a .xlsx first. Nicely take it into your folder, team, wherever you're putting your framework. Don't have, kind of organize it at your end. It'll become easy. Believe me, I've done very episode organizing. I would have done much better job. I'm not very happy with myself on it. Look at my C drive. It's like chaos, absolute chaos. It should not be like this. But what we did is here, I created ACT demo. I've installed everything here. And I'm putting this Excel also here, team. Okay. Couple of things, make sure, because you downloaded it from Google Drive, right? I want you to save it back as a .xls file, team, because AnyAUT does not accept XLSX just because we need set standard data, not too many features. And I save this back. I don't have to check compatibility each time. Close this. And we have this. Now let's kind of do a quick run and see what happens, team. Every time I run, first I get scared. This is what KK, run name is KK. What did I do yesterday? Did I do any runs? Yeah, ACT demo 1, ACT demo 2. So I'll just say ACT, I don't know, demo 3, run by KK, browse. And here is the Excel. Now let's give about 8 seconds timeout. The whole point, team, is my application works, does not work. My test data correct, not correct. If I have this test to run, then I don't know, but 20 seconds is thanks. Please. If I have the test to run, it has to run independently. Where is it? Did it execute? Nothing. It came out. Why? What happened to it? Uh, what happened to this? It didn't execute anything, right? I didn't check other Excel sheets. I'll check them. Let me come. I'm just going to show you now how you're going to add more tests into it. These are the ones today, 11:15. Error. So, okay, null pointer exceptions. It's not the null pointer exception. It should not come. But here is my result and it is empty. What? No, not correct. Something is not right about it. Let's run again. Sometimes if the Excel is corrupted for any reason, it can cause the same issues too. Let me close the other Excels, please. Oh, come on. Why so many got auto recovered? Okay. I have this that we ran yesterday, right? Which one was the one which we ran yesterday? Results. There you go. And it basically executed correct login and then incorrect login. Some of the steps failed, but otherwise we were able to execute them. Let's see. It is all about executing the right steps. Now, have I given everything right, master? Let me delete the other one so that I didn't. Where are we? Master test run one. This is the one. Open. 7 seconds. This application will get closed towards the end of the test run. If it is getting closed before, there is some issue, team, and that issue is definitely in this Excel. I'll need to take a look at it. Why is it got 200 kilobytes? I don't understand that. Okay, 200 kilobytes is not too much. Let's try the other one. What could be wrong in here? Modules, QA on air, M1 underscore users. Looks okay to me. I don't see anything. Do you see any issue, team, that I'm having? What is the issue? Let's run again. Let us take a different one. I'm also going to take now, let us say, for example, whose I've not taken? Meenakshi, this Meenakshi. Guys, I've been instructing you to help me with that. You're still not helping me with providing. So if I have anything as I've done SS, I've not done PS here. It's class door modules. Okay, nice. It's on Glassdoor itself, is it? Built-in element ID. Nice, nice, very nice. Now let me download this one. Now this one also have to save it as XLS. It is time consuming, team. So what you're seeing is what will take sometimes longer for you at your end. So I have a new one. Let me try to run the framework on the new one. I've opened two of them. So this is ACT demo 5. Let's try again. Which we are doing right now is for PS, right? Glassdoor. Open. I hope everything is right there. Give about 8 seconds and execute. There are few things, team, technically that I'll keep guiding you. Even this is not happening, team. Why? Only I'm getting this error, or anyone else also is getting this error. Let me do one thing. Let me run the same one using a different one production that I have. Give me 1 second. All right, team, I'm going to run the same thing using this one now. Demo 6. Oh no, this is going into different folder, but the results will go in different folder. That's fine. I'll try the first one, mine, 8, execute. I would know if it's working or not. And team, let's have one more session, please, on AnyAUT. What I want to do, and since we're already towards 10 a.m., we spent 1 hour, 20 minutes, is look at these Excels and use this as a reference. Do not edit master, please. Okay. I will rename this. Don't edit. Okay. You can take that and change it. Write correct tests and see if they're executing. Get your AnyAUT to be running tests at your end. Yesterday it was running, correct? Yes, mine worksheet works. It is on AnyAUT application only, okay? Even at same issue. Yes, Karthik, my worksheet. I'm also having some, so two issues. It did not run, no. Yeah, we can work on Glassdoor test cases too. So I'm just waiting for that to execute. This I've already clicked on it. If it is fine, it'll start launching. It takes about 15-20 seconds. If it launch the browser, then stop. There are a few things, team. Okay, drivers. You have to. So when we get into a little bit of Selenium, I'll show you how to update these drivers. Basically, you have to get the latest drivers and put them here. Okay, these are updated as of April, like I was mentioning, and shouldn't be bad. But for the latest ones, you should use this. Browser timeout is primarily the amount of seconds we wait before we say that it is an error. When we click on a link, it will navigate to a new page, correct? So the browser takes some time to load. And our test cannot wait forever, how long the browser takes that time. Sometimes it may take 2 seconds, sometimes it may take 30 seconds. So let's say if I put 8 seconds, the browser takes 5 seconds to load, then it will take only 5 seconds. If it takes 9 seconds, then it will throw an error after 8 seconds. So maximum it will wait for that 8 seconds. Even this it failed, team. Definitely then I know it is an issue with the Excel sheet. Okay, it's not with our framework. Now I know. But what I could do is run the one from one of our members and see how that is working. This I'll keep it. This I have. What do we have? Okay, demo 7 and I'll just say KK for now, but this is coming from the team member PS Glassdoor. So I'm taking it as is, team. I'm not doing anything there. And I don't know if it is sometimes any issue with, see, even this closed. There's some issue with the Excel sheets itself, team. Or maybe my system, I don't know, because all of them are closing. Shouldn't be happening. Anyway, team, we are coming towards the end. I'll need one more session on AnyAUT. When is the last session that is kept for AnyAUT? This is the same session that is going into Selenium, right? Let me see, team. One second. Oh, Selenium Live Project. This is no. Okay, so this we have. Let's look at the schedule. Okay, today evening. Only till today evening is there. Where are we? I'll discuss with Pavan. I'll find out where are the sessions for Selenium live training then, because we need to continue on the same. All right, team. So what I will do is what I want you to continue to do is run these, test them at your end, and put them here. There's definitely something to do with the Excel itself, team. Why would it fail? All of them otherwise. All right. Today is not the last time. I'm going to extend this. See, we have anyway tomorrow. Okay, here's the plan. Tomorrow, day after, tomorrow and Monday, Friday and Monday, we will talk a little bit about Selenium. We'll go back to IDE. We'll talk about how to write tests. Finish that, and then we'll go to WebDriver. In the meanwhile, all of this will become a good summary for you. Okay. So we'll have to reiterate on element identification and so on. Meenakshi, I don't think the tests are incorrect. It is the problem is with our framework is not identifying this test that we put it here. See, all these tests that I created, none of them were really working. So I tried 3-4 Excels. So Jyotsna, AACT dates, just contact us. For now, we're scheduling it for 29th. This is right after the Thanksgiving weekend. So since Thanksgiving is next week, right? Yeah, we have this. That's fine for us. 29th. All right, team. I'll see you back in the next session. I'm going to keep this active. Here is what I'm going to do. AACT last session. Wait, it's new batch. AACT. This is October AACT. Last class on. Let's do it on Tuesday, team, 20th. Okay. After, on 20th November, after Selenium demo sessions. Keep the same link for them, team. All right. All Excels are not downloaded from AnyAUT team. All Excels were uploaded to Google Drive and we changed something. I'm just assuming maybe it's a quick restart from my machine because some were auto recovered. It could be my system thing also. But we need to investigate why. Excel sheets looks okay. It's not about your sheets that you've put in. It's about the framework working with it. It is giving a null pointer exception, team. When I looked at the log files quickly, right, it was giving me the null pointer exception. That basically said that, okay, it's not even doing the basics to begin with. All right. Okay, great. So I'll see you back tomorrow for Selenium training. So we have Selenium live training for tomorrow and 19th, and then 20th November, October ASCT. The free QA training that we were doing, we'll end it then. All right. Thanks, everyone. We'll see you back then. Take care. Bye for now. Bye all. Register for the live project there. I'll see you there in about 20 minutes. Thanks all.